Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Newsbrowse News broadcast. From China Daily, citing The Washington Post, the Pentagon is reportedly preparing for several weeks of ground operations in Iran. This comes as thousands of U.S. soldiers and Marines are arriving in the Middle East, a deployment that could usher in a dangerous new phase of the conflict should U.S. President Donald Trump opt to escalate. Officials, speaking anonymously, indicated that any potential ground operation would not be a full-scale invasion, but rather involve raids by a mix of special operations forces and conventional infantry troops. The report highlighted that such missions would expose U.S. personnel to significant threats, including Iranian drones, missiles, ground fire, and improvised explosives. The article further notes that the Trump administration has recently shown vacillation between signaling a winding down of the war and threatening its amplification. According to a report by Jingchu.com, citing Iran's Mehr news agency on March 28, Iran is actively considering withdrawing from the Treaty on the Non-Proliferation of Nuclear Weapons, NPT. The issue is now on the Iranian parliament's agenda, with various related institutions urgently reviewing the matter and developing withdrawal procedures. Ibrahim Reza, spokesperson for Iran's parliament's National Security and Foreign Policy Committee, stated on March 27 that Iran gains nothing by remaining an NPT signatory and that it's time to withdraw. The Mehr news report argues that while the NPT obligates the International Atomic Energy Agency, IAEA, to support Iran's peaceful nuclear technology, IAEA Director General Grossi has allegedly encouraged adversarial actions against Iranian nuclear facilities. It further claims that U.S. and Israeli forces have attacked Iran's nuclear sites without IAEA condemnation, making continued NPT membership unnecessary for Tehran. The report emphasizes that this move does not signal Iran's pursuit of nuclear weapons, but rather aims to prevent alleged espionage by the United States and Israel using IAEA inspectors as a cover. Yemen's Houthi group announced on Saturday a second wave of missile and drone attacks targeting vital sites in southern Israel. This marked their second claimed assault of the day amidst heightened regional tensions. Houthi military spokesperson Yahya Sarria stated on social media platform X that the operation was executed in coordination with Iran and Hezbollah, asserting that it successfully achieved its objectives. Sarria emphasized that these attacks are intended to support the fronts of resistance across Palestine, Lebanon, Iraq, and Iran, and confirmed that Houthi operations would persist until the aggression stops. Earlier on Saturday, the group had already claimed a ballistic missile barrage on southern Israel, which was noted as their first such attack since Israel and the United States commenced significant assaults on Iran on February 28. Houthi leader Abdulmalik al-Houthi had previously affirmed the group's readiness for further military action, underscoring strong ties with Iran. This news comes from CGTN, citing Xinhua news agency. North Korean leader Kim Jong-un has reportedly overseen a ground test of a new high-thrust solid-fuel missile engine, according to state media, Yonhap news agency reported on Sunday. The engine, constructed with composite carbon fiber material, boasts a maximum thrust of 2,500 kilonewtons. This test is a crucial component of North Korea's 5-year National Defense Development Plan, specifically aimed at enhancing the country's strategic strike capabilities. Kim stated that the test holds great significance in elevating the nation's strategic military power to its highest level, aligning with the national strategy for modernizing strategic forces. This marks the first such high-thrust solid-fuel missile engine test since September last year, when an engine with 1,971 kilonewton thrust was tested, believed to be for the Hwasong-20 intercontinental ballistic missile. In addition to the engine test, Kim also inspected the performance of new main battle tanks, which reportedly achieved a 100% success rate in defensive performance against anti-tank means. He further visited a special operations training base, inspecting training by special operations subunits. An analyst commented that Kim's inspections demonstrated enhanced warfighting capabilities. According to a U.S. newspaper report by the Washington Post on the 28th, the U.S. Department of Defense is advancing preparations for ground operations in Iran that could last several weeks. Citing multiple U.S. government officials, the report indicates that these anticipated operations would not be a full-scale ground war, but rather limited attacks carried out by special forces and other specialized units. An expeditionary strike group spearheaded by the assault amphibious ship USS Tripoli and comprising approximately 3,500 Marines has already arrived in the Middle East region. The report warns that if President Trump ultimately decides to authorize these ground operations, the situation could enter a new dangerous phase. This news comes from TBS News Dig. That's all for this video. Thank you for watching. See you in the next video.